All right, guys, it is that time of the week. It's time for another weekly rotation. This week I did a themed rotation, or I stuck to one house. I decided I was going to wear all of my Zaharoff fragrances because I haven't worn all of them in 1 week before, and I thought it would make a pretty good video. So, welcome to the Fragrance Wardrobe. Okay, guys, before we dive into the rotation, I do want to remind you, if you do like fragrance related content, like this video, do like the video. Also, comment down below, have you tried anything from the House of Zaharoff? If you have, what do you think of it? Also, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so last Sunday, I wore one of the Z Creators fragrances. Actually, the first, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I wore Z Creator stuff, and then I went to the other offerings from the house. This one is going to be the collab between Zaharoff and Ross from TLTG Reviews. It's business over pleasure. Right here. This one, it's great scent. Now, with this one, it's going to open up. You get a little bit of spice. You get iris from the opening to the ending of this fragrance. The iris is there. I think it's like a blue type of iris. Really nice iris in here. You're going to get some pepper in the opening. Going to add a little bit of spice to it. I think there might be a little bit of citrus in there as well. Opening just smells phenomenal. When it dries down, there's Gaiac wood in here that's going to come up and give it a little bit of a smoky nuance mixed in with that iris, and I think those two things play very, very nicely. I have to say this is probably my favorite iris fragrance because of the way the Gaiac wood comes in and does kind of give that smoky nuance with the iris. Now, I know some people say they aren't getting very good performance from this one. For me, I get like 6 to 7 hours longevity. Every time I've worn it, I've gotten between like 6 and 7 hours. So I'm getting pretty good longevity. Now, the projection's not very heavy. It's not one of these like projecting type of fragrances, but that's not what Ross was going for. He was going for something that would be suitable for a business or office type of setting. And I think this performs like that type of a fragrance would. Monday, I went with the fresh offering from the Z Creators. It has a little bit of a soapiness, a little bit of a spice, nice warm undertones. This is the collaboration between Justin Copeland and Zaharoff, and it is Brass and Soul right here. Now, I know the bottle looks like I've used quite a bit. I have not used that much. I actually sent a 10 ml decant to a subscriber who got his, I guess, samples, and the Brass and Soul sample was busted or whatever, so I sent him a 10 ml decant of mine. So I haven't used all of this, but I have worn it a few times. It smells really good. This one, super fresh from Justin at Stay Fresh Productions. You do get a soapy type of scent with this, kind of like an Irish Spring type of deal, but it's not just that. You do get the spice in the opening when you first spray it. There's spiciness with that fresh kind of soapy feel, and then as it dries down, you're going to pick up a warm, smooth, like undertone to it. It's very warm, very smooth undertone, and it's kind of like a layered type of fragrance. So you have kind of like a little bit of a spice. You have that soapy, clean, fresh feel, and that's going to be like the heart, like the majority of the scent, but you always pick up like that warm undertone underneath all of that, and it smells great. Great job from Justin. Yeah, it smells really good. Very mass appealing scent. So if you want to grab something that's very fresh, very clean, you can still pick this one up. I do believe there are still bottles of Business Over Pleasure and Brass and Soul still available. Okay, Tuesday I worked my my overnight shift till like 3 a.m. So I went with the Siren right here. This is the collaboration between Curly Scent and George Zaharoff. And this one I went with because, well, it is a cooler weather type of scent in my opinion. And I think most people's opinion. But since I was working kind of like that late till 3 a.m. shift, I thought why not bust it out? And I did. I wore it even in the heat of the afternoon. Still performed pretty well for me. Didn't like choke me out or anything like that. Now with this one, what I get when I first initially spray it is cognac. I get that booziness, and it smells really good. I get the cognac and I get coffee. So like a coffee and cognac combination when I first spray this thing. When it dries down, the leather really just starts taking over and blending in with the coffee and the cognac, and it smells great. The cognac does tone down a little bit in the dry down, and the leather really comes out and shines. It's just a phenomenal scent. Very good scent for cold weather, the upcoming seasons. Unfortunately, this one is no longer available. It did sell out, which kind of sucks because one of the vendors at my job, I gave him a sample of this, a little decant, and he wanted to order a bottle, but it was like a day too late. So it sucks for him, but I still have mine. So yeah, this is a great fragrance. I think she did a great job. Can't wait to wear this quite a bit more this fall and this winter. Wednesday, I was off work, went with a fresher offering from Zaharoff. This is his flanker from his signature Pour Homme line, and this one is Signature Royale right here. Great scent. So with this one, you still get that lavender like you get in the signature Pour Homme, but it's not as dominant as it is in the original, but it's there. You also have apple and you have citruses in the opening, really giving this thing like a pop of fresh brightness in the opening. You still have a little bit of oud in there. You have some myrrh in there, and it's a very smooth fragrance. Have some vanilla. Now it's not a sweet scent, even though there's vanilla in there, but it really like smooths it out, as well as that Australian sandalwood that's in here. Super smooth. So you have your citruses popping with the lavender. You have a little bit of oud in there. You have that myrrh that's coming out a little bit, and just a great smooth sandalwood and vanilla. It smells really good. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I didn't wear this a whole lot when I first got it last year because it was a little bit cooler weather and I was wearing Noir more. But since the weather has, but this year I did reach for it more times once the weather heated up, when I was feeling I wanted something from Zaharoff. So this one, great creation, and all of his stuff's really good. Really enjoyed it. All right, Thursday, I went with his newest release. This one is Signature Rosé, right here. Now, I've worn this one 3 times now, so I should be getting a full review of it out pretty soon. I did drop the first impression video, like when this thing first came out. Actually, I think my channel was probably one of the first to drop a video when this thing actually like shipped out, and it smells great. I'm not a big rose fan, but even I enjoy this. I appreciate this. I have the soap as well. I haven't even used it yet because I don't want to like run out of it, but I'm probably going to end up starting to use that soap a little bit as well. With this one, it just smells phenomenal. It's a rose dominant scent. You have a couple different rose oils in here. I think you have Turkish and Bulgarian, I believe, and these are like some of the finest rose oils you can find, and they smell great. I get a little bit of a jammy feel with the rose on my skin. I know some people say they get a little bit more of a fresh feel. I get a little bit more of a jam type of feel, a little bit of a thickness or density to it, and I actually prefer that to more of an airy, fresh rose. I don't know, I think it comes across better on my skin, or maybe even a little bit more masculine that way, than just the, I don't know, the run-of-the-mill aromatic type of rosy scent. This thing, just phenomenal. I think you're still getting a little bit of that oud in there, and it's not a rose oud combination like the traditional rose oud, but you have all of that mixing in there, and it just combines to, in my opinion, make probably the best rose fragrance I've smelled, and definitely the rose fragrance that I've worn the most of as someone who doesn't really like rose. I really dig this one. It smells great. So George did an awesome job creating Signature Rosé. Now Friday, I was going to go with Noir, but I didn't. I'm going to end up wearing it more like in the fall anyway, so no big deal. I did reach back for another Z Creator fragrance because I had a different job interview that I wanted to go on, and I wanted something fresh, clean, mass appealing. So you know which one I picked. I picked Brass and Soul from Zaharoff, collaboration with Justin Copeland, because it's soapy, it's fresh, a little bit of spice, a little bit of warmth, everything I said before about it. That's why I grabbed this for when I had a job interview, and it went pretty well. So I don't know, maybe it's confidence boosting fragrance as well. So yeah, wore this one twice in 1 week. Okay, and yesterday, today's Sunday, you're seeing this on Monday. So yesterday for me was Saturday, end of the week. I went with the OG Signature Homme from George Zaharoff. This one, it's a masterpiece, man. It's just a great fragrance. There's been so much talk about this on everybody's channel. I know there's probably nothing like unique or anything like that I can add to it, but it's just great, awesome, like masterpiece lavender type of fragrance. So with this one, you have so much lavender in here. It's so aromatic. It smells great. You have that alderwood, the oud mixing in there, giving it, I think, a little layer of a character that you don't pick up in most lavender dominant fragrances, or even like the barbershop genre. You don't really pick up like an oud in very many of those, and you do in this one, and I think it helps set itself apart from just a run-of-the-mill barbershop type of scent. This thing is phenomenal. This is a great fragrance to wear when you're wearing a suit, when you're dressed up, something like that. You can wear it, of course, anytime you want, casually or formally, but I think this thing goes so well formally, like dressed up. And yeah, I just love Signature Homme. All right, guys, so that was my weekly rotation for last week. It was a Zaharoff build rotation. I wore everything, well, not everything, all but one Zaharoff that I own. And yeah, man, I just enjoyed wearing all of those. They just all smell so good. Definitely try them out, buy them, check them out for yourself. Do drop in the comments. What you wore this week. I'd be interested to hear what was in your rotation this week. And of course, like always, like the video if you liked the video. Drop that comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I'll catch you guys with the next video. Thank you for watching.